Good morning. Welcome to CVR's Maths class. In this video, I come with very interesting problem connected to percentages. This problem is useful not only for school-going children, that is from class 8 to class 10, and also for the candidates who will be appearing for any competitive examination. The question taken here is, in a budget, if the price of the petrol increased by 20%, then by what percent one has to reduce their consumption of petrol so that the expenditure remains same? Please have a glance at this question once again. In a budget, price increased by 20%. Then by what percent one has to reduce their consumption so that the total expenditure what they used to spend or expenditure on previous condition and after the budget condition, it should remain same. This is what all about the question. To solve this problem, you should have the prerequisite knowledge. That means what you must know before solving this problem. That means little knowledge about percentages and also how to solve a simple equation. These two, if you know, this problem will become quite easy to solve. Okay, see the scenario. What the question is in the question expecting, it is given here. The beautiful diagrams, the price of the petrol before budget and price of the petrol after the budget. It's, let us take the price of the petrol before the budget rupees 100. It is clearly mentioned in the figure. After the budget, it is increased by 20%. It is shown as 120. How we got this 120? That is to the original price 100 plus 20% of 100. You know how to solve this condition? No? That is 100 plus 20 upon 100 into 100. This 100 got cancelled. 100 plus 120 gives 20 gives you what? Rupees 120. So this is the new price. So from 100, it has become 120 rupees. Okay. Let us see both the scenarios I have given in two tables here. In the first condition, that is before budget, and the second condition after the budget. There we have already taken that the price of the petrol be rupees 100. Okay. Let us assume that petrol price is rupees 100. And let the consumption of petrol be 10 liters. Okay. 10 liters used in that particular month. What will be the expenses on petrol means what we will do? We will multiply the cost per liter into how many liters used. Okay. That is 100 into 10. That gives you rupees 1000. So 1000 is the total expenses before the budget. That is the cost for petrol is rupees 100. When 10 liters is consumed, total expenses is rupees 100. Now in the question what they say is that if the price of the petrol increased from 100 to rupees 120, still the expenses should remain same. That is 1000 what they used to spend on petrol earlier, that is before budget, and after the budget no change in the expenses. So that means price of the petrol, we cannot do anything. Already it is raised by the government. And expenses, what they are saying, that also should remain same because that family cannot bear more than 1000 rupees. So what is the choice left with us? Only to reduce the consumption of petrol from 10 liters. They have to cut down their consumption so that the expenditure should remain 1000 rupees. How much they have to reduce? That is 10 minus X percent of 10 liters. That gives you 10 minus X upon 100 into 10. That 0 and 0 got cancelled. So that gives you 10 minus X by 10. This is the consumption of petrol after the budget. And what is the price per liter? 120 rupees. So the total expenditure, that is expenses, once again, rupees 100 means what? 120 into how many liters consumed? 10 minus X by 10. Okay. So that means this expenses should be once again 1000 rupees only. So don't you see that we have 0 and 0 on both sides? This got cancelled. That means you are dividing both sides by 10. Then use the distributive property. Okay, all of you know the distributive property you have learned in even class 6 itself. So when you use distributive property, A into B minus C is equal to A into B AB minus A into C AC. This property when you use, what we are going to get 12 into 10, that gives you 120, minus 12 into X by 10 gives you 12x by 10 is equal to 100. Are you not observing the like terms? Okay. One like term 120 in the LHS and one like term that is 100 in the RHS. Bring the like terms to one side to solve this simple equation. Already we discussed now what we must know before solving this problem. What you call percentages and how to solve simple equations. So that gives you 120 minus 100 gives you 12x by 10. Okay. When you solve this equation, you are going to get the value of x, that is 120 minus 100 gives you 20. 20 is equal to 12x by 10. So when you solve for x, 20 into 12 by 10 will become 10 by 12 no, on cross multiplication, which is equal to x. So 4 divides 12 three times, 4 5s are 20. Then what is the product of 5 and 10? 50. 50 upon 3 is equal to x. How many times will 3 divides this 50? 3 ones are 3. 20 means 3 6 are 18. Point. Again 20 means 3 6 are 18. 3 6 are 18. Like that it continues. So that means what is this x indicates? 16.66%. X is equal to approximately you can say 16.67%. Okay, sir. 16.67% of the consumption what they used to do has to be reduced in order to maintain the same expenditure. So how to get this actual reduce in the consumption of the petrol? That is consumption of the petrol reduced by 16.67% means by 100 into 10 liters. Or if you want, I can show you that also. 16.67% of 10 liters. Earlier, how much they used to consume? 10 liters. In that 16.67% has to be reduced. So that gives you 16.67 divided by 100 into 10. This 0 and 0 gets cancelled. So which is equal to, again one more 0 if you remove, 1.667 liters. Okay. So this much consumption has to be made so that the expenditure remains the same. 1.667 means how many liters actually they are supposed to consume after reducing this 1.667 liters? 1.667 liters means what? 1 liter 667 ml. This much consumption they have to reduce compared to the earlier 10 liters. So actually how much they have to use next? 10.000. That means 1.667. That gives you 10 minus 73. 9 minus 6 3, 9 minus 6 3 point 10, 9 minus 1 8. So that means they are supposed to use only 8.333 liters. That means 8 liters 333 ml if they want to maintain the same expenditure. That is how many liters? How many? What will be the expenses on the petrol? Rupees 1,000 rupees. In order to maintain this 1,000 rupees, they have to reduce the consumption by 1.667 liters. Okay, sir. So in the first scenario, they were spending how many? Using how many liters? 10 liters. Here, how many? 10.000 minus 1.667. Okay, approximately what you are going to get 10 minus 7, 3, 3, 3. That means 8.333 liters they are supposed to use in order to make the expenditure same. What is that expenditure? 1,000 rupees. Okay, because no other go. 120 rupees you can't change. This 120 you can't change. And what is the next expenditure you can't change because in the question it is given that the same expenditure has to be maintained. I hope all of you understood this problem. These type of questions I'll be discussing in the coming videos also. Keep watching my channel, Severe Maths channel, and I hope all of you are getting benefit of these videos what I have forwarded in my channel. And in the same way, please make use of these problems for your better learning. And this type of questions comes in examination, you can quite easily solve. I hope all of you understood. That's all from this video. Have a good day.